Hey, all you mermen, mermaids, and people who don't identify as binary mer people. Hey, what you're about to hear is the Respawn Aim Fire episode 243. However, this is a clip from within that turned into basically a spoiler-free Pokemon Legends Arceus review with Holden DePardo, myself, and some of you fans via Twitter. So we pulled it out as a separate RAF reviews, and that's what you're about to listen to. So it might sound weird that like we kind of start the discussion in the middle of it, in the middle of the episode, and then we kind of end not assuming that this is going to be wrapped up as a final thing. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you enjoy Pokemon Legends Arceus because we certainly did. And we'll see you on the actual full episode as well. Again, 243. Go check it out.
All right.
Let's go. Let's chat Arceus.
It is exactly what I would want a Pokemon game to be in terms of going out, finding Pokemon, catching Pokemon. Even filling out the Pokédex feels like I'm actually researching Pokemon to fill out the Pokédex, which is really cool. It's supposed to be like, all right, I have a ball now, therefore I know everything about it. It makes sense now that you have to like see them doing certain things. That's really cool. And all of that is so good, it outweighs the unbelievably terrible open world. I've only done the first like biome, really. But the open world is so bland and boring in so many ways, except for the fact that you have cool Pokemon walking all over the place, and the excitement of finding those Pokemon and catching them outweighs just the bland open world. I love it. I really love it so far. I can't wait to see what Gen 9 has to learn from this game.
How many hours you got in this thing?
Actually, you can check, can I?
I'm going to check right now.
Let's
I'm
see.
at 11 and a half hours over 2 days.
I am...
Amateur.
Is that in the backpack and then in
It's
the
where you go
player
save.
card?
Yeah.
I'm exactly the same amount of time, actually. I can't believe I put that much time into the game.
Shit. And you're only on the first biome?
I just got to the second biome, but
What are you doing?
I'm filling out my Pokedex. It's so much fun. I've done all the requests. I've done a ridiculous amount of the requests. I think there's only like... Out of the 30 I've gotten, there's only like 5 I haven't done so far.
Gotcha. I would say I am right on the same exact page as you, but more emphatically in both ways. Like, I think that this mechanically, like the way that you played the game, is what I want from every single Pokemon game going forward, and I think we need to retire the old style. We have 94 different versions of the old style, and they're all exactly the same. And like that's great for what it is. You can keep remaking those for that audience. But like new Pokemon should be this.
Yep.
It, like you said, like this is the moment when we all saw Cubone in Detective Pikachu, and you saw him throw the Pokeball at Cubone, and like it didn't quite catch it, and everyone was like, "Oh my God, that's what it would be like if Pokemon were real." Like I feel that whenever I'm in this game, and I'm sneaking up behind people, getting those back throws, and then it like doesn't catch, and then it sees me, and then I gotta like battle it a little bit, and then I fucking kick its ass. Like that. This game is exactly what I want from future Pokemon. Mechanically, I even feel like the story. I've never given a shit about Team Rocket is taking Pokemon and making them do bad things like that. I've never been into that. The 8 gym leaders and the Elite Four has always seemed arbitrary. Like even in Diamond and Pearl remake that I just played, it's like they're really just roadblocks for you to get a new skill. The leaders themselves are pointless, but in this, the story and the lore behind the region and the island, like you're helping calm these frenzied giant, like basically guardians of different areas of the island, because of this space-time portal that's opened up and lightning is striking, and there's like different areas that are now in bubbles that have Pokemon from all other dimensions coming through. It's like really freaking cool, and it makes me want to explore that and calm that part of the island and open it up in new ways by talking to the different guardians or the different, like the big fish and the deer and whatever the fuck else is out there. So like even that from a narrative point of view, I'm really excited about this game in a way that I've never been about the narrative of Pokemon in general. And I've also found that while I was playing through Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, battling Pokemon is a chore for me. Like, I didn't realize it until I was an adult that just, like, Pokemon battles are such a chore that I'm always, I gotta go through 6 trainers to get to this next town. And I know that I'm stronger than all of them. It's just a matter of me pushing A in the right order. And none of them are smart, and they all have the same fucking type of Pokemon, and I can just get through the whole thing with one guy. And so it's always been a chore. and this is it's brand new because there's not like Pokemon battling that often per se, but it is still like using them strategically to like whittle down someone's health so you can catch it or get an alpha or something like that. So even that part of it has been kind of reimagined for me and sparked interest in a new way. So I'm loving that part of it. Holden, did you want to say something as well? I heard you chime in a little bit.
Oh, just the trainer thing. It's just like, I totally agree with that. Because it's like, oh, wow. Like, how, you're a 10-year-old who became the best Pokemon trainer in all the land. It's like, well, yeah, because everyone else thinks it's a great idea to get 8 Magikarps or 6 Magikarps. Right? And that'd be their only lineup of Pokemon. It's like, of course I became the best. Everyone else is so unbelievably terrible in this world. Yeah, I totally agree. I totally hear you. Like, the Pokemon stories, I don't give a shit about them, generally speaking. I still would like to see the 8 gyms and Elite Four come back. Just, I don't know, there's something iconic about that, and I think it's a good, like, structured, like, build up with difficulty as you kind of go on. But they need to do more, I think, to, like, make it more compelling. But I think they have a foundation with this now that is absolutely worth building on. So much so that I'm fine if they don't make any more Legends games. If this was just a game made to develop this new mechanics, and the new style, so that they can just go forward with that in the future generation games, I'm fine with all that. As long as they keep this. If Gen 9 comes out and it doesn't have this stuff, it's going to be really disappointing. Like, really, really disappointing. And I can't imagine... People were upset when animations weren't the right way or whatever in Sword and Shield. I can't imagine like the backlash that's going to happen, at least on Twitter, with no, open exploration to find Pokemon and catch them and catalog them, and it'd be really upsetting if that were the case. But I'm very curious where they go with that.
Yeah. Speaking of like cataloging and exploration, like just like you said, I feel compelled to fill out the Pokédex this time too, because I feel like it's more like research, and I'm going to every single Pokemon. Oh, I don't have that one yet. And part of the joy is exploring this world, and I want to go in every single corner in Kravis and not necessarily where the marker is, just to make sure I can say, oh my gosh, it's nighttime. I haven't explored this area at nighttime. What can I gather in here? How many times can I frickin' throw a berry at this stupid Roselia and then frickin' catch it from behind? That genuinely, like, and earning the research points, that's what I love about this too. The research points. I feel compelled to go and research, get this person to use a move, or give this person a berry before I catch it, or kill it with dark damage type instead. Like, that's driving me, because that also unlocks the ability to have higher level Pokemon, which brings me to the discussion of alphas. You guys, this game, I feel like this is the Monster Hunter. Whereas other Pokemon games are JRPGs, this one is more Monster Hunter, where you're like, go seek out this Pokemon and find a way to bring it down, or blah, blah, blah. But it's like baby's version of Monster Hunter. But the alphas are addicting as hell. First of all, my entire team is only alphas. Only alphas. If you're not an alpha, get out. Transferred. Goodbye. But what I love about the
betas in Chad's team.
No. No, what do they call? What is it? Soy boy beta cucks? Is that
beta cuck?
Don't want none of those. Only alphas. But they are, so if you haven't been paying attention to the marketing or the way the game works, there are just out in the wild, there are super ginormous, like comically huge versions of these, especially like Rapidash. Or I evolved my Alpha Rhyhorn into a Rhydon, and it's just so freaking huge. But they're huge, ultra-powerful versions of these things that have sometimes like unique moves to them as well, that like they add a challenge in order to catch them. It's almost like whenever you would go and seek out all the legendary Pokemon after, like in the end game of a regular one. I remember calling out of work one day so that I could just, in the end game of Alpha Sapphire, just go freaking find every Regirock and whatever the hell was out there. But they're such a cool challenge to me, and every time I see one, I'm like, okay, stop what I'm doing. Are all my Pokemon healed? Have I caught everything around it or killed everything around it so that I can really just focus on it, save my game in case it kills itself with a stupid freaking move? So that's been really, really fun. And it's also just like, now that I have a team of only enormous Pokemon, it's just really fun and funny to me to run around and fight little stupid Starly with an enormous freaking Rapidash. It's so fantastic. So I'm loving the added challenge of those. The fact that they're like not random, they have set spawn points for them, but that you just encounter them in the world is just adds a whole new level of things to it. That in a way that like Gigantamaxing and Dynamaxing and like all of that in previous Pokemon games never really caught on for me. Like I didn't give a shit about any of those. But these, it's been fun.
Yeah, on the Gigantamax comparison in a second, but with the alphas, I haven't gone to find the alphas at all. I see them, I get scared and I run away or try to like dodge it. I'm fine with the team I have. I'm happy with my soy boy beta cucks. They're great. They do wonderful. And but what they do add is they add this like level of spontaneity to the open world, and the battle system does too, where you kind of feel like you're exploring this world, and then oh shit, like I have to respond now to this situation. That moment's never happened in Pokemon before, ever.
Yeah.
To like have that danger of going out into the world. Or there was one point where this one Pokemon was following me because it's going after me, and I didn't care. I was just running away from it. But there was another Pokemon that I wanted to catch. So I missed the Pokeball, and then it got angry at me, so I had to engage in battle to catch it. But then, because the other one was following me, I had two Pokemon in battle against me at the same time in the wild. That's never happened to me in Pokemon before. That kind of added that element of danger that I've never seen before. That was fantastic.
Have you opened up a rift yet?
Yes. I
Those
just run
things are
around
scary
them.
as fuck.
I just run around and collect the items. I don't engage with any Pokemon in there.
But there's so many. Like I was in there and I tried to do the same thing, but there were like 5 following me, and it was a Floatzel, a Snorlax, a Porygon Z, and something else, and I didn't realize that I had to fight all 4 of them at the same time, and I was just like, but I want to catch all of you, but you're gonna like I move once, and then all 4 of them just like dogpiling all of me at once. Oh god, it just adds another new challenge and new way to enjoy the same mechanics, which is great.
In the game, I think it's harder to begin with. Like, I find that even if a Pokemon I'm fighting is lower level than me, I'm still afraid of them, that they could defeat my Pokemon. It seems like it's totally possible. Enemies or other Pokemon do a lot more damage than they've ever done in past Pokemon games before. And you can still do a one-shot in a Pokemon if you know the right types and all that, and how to, go after other Pokemon's weaknesses. But it's definitely harder in the combat arena. And kind of going back to the whole like Gigantamaxing, Max Evolution, that always felt very, very gimmicky to me. And it was really just this like, it felt like a lame excuse to shake up combat. And it's like the trump card. If Pokemon is rocks, paper, scissors, like, oh, you threw out a fire type, I threw out grass, fuck, I'm screwed. That's like the rock, paper, scissors element to it. But then Gigantamaxing and all that was like supposed to like counter that in some way, and it never felt right to me. It felt kind of strange. But I think the equivalent, which isn't exactly the same, but I think is better, is the agile versus strong moves. Where if you want, you can pick one or the other. It's fantastic. There are so many times where you'll go after a Pokemon and you want to get its health low, but you end up inadvertently killing them because you're getting too close to the bottom. And I know there's moves you can get, like, what was it?
False swipes.
False swipes. Yeah, that goes down to 1. I don't have any Pokemon that do that. I don't really worry about like buying moves. I just kind of work with what I have. Again, I like my soy boy beta cucks. They're great.
Yeah, if it's not in the foundational,
sounds like you're a sheep in a world full of wolves.
Yeah, but it makes it more dangerous and scary and fun. So
he's a Wooloo in a world full of might hyenas.
Sure.
Where was I at? Oh, yeah, so you can use like the agile moves to be more strategic in, okay, I want to try to catch this Pokemon, so I want to use an agile move so I can get their health lower, but maybe not use my full force against them, but then leave that open so I have more moves to, if I need to do another agile move, I can. Or if I want to throw a Pokeball right after I use that move, I can leave myself that room. Like, there's just so much more strategy involved because of agile and strong moves. Again, another thing that if that doesn't come to Gen 9, it's going to be a big disappointment, because it's obviously the better mechanic going forward than stupid Gigantamax or Dynamic, whatever they were called. Like, there was the other Dynamax and Gigantamax. Yeah. So stupid. So dumb.
Yeah. I think the last thing I'll say about alphas is that I enjoy, like, those are really what push me to do research, because I catch an alpha and it's like level 50 and I can only control level 30 or higher Pokemon in battle reliably. Now I can do anything up to 65 now due to my research rank. But like, I catch something that's super high level and I'm like, fuck, I can't use it yet. And I'm just like driving myself to like look at all these Starlies and all these freaking Dusclopses and things like that just so that I can finally use that giant Pokemon I caught. And then by the time I'm able to use that one, there's an even higher one that I've caught. And I was like, God, I got to get my research level even higher there. So like that's what's driving me to do all that research, is because I have all these awesome Pokemon that I can't use yet.
Mm-hmm. No, speaking of Pokemon,
hold please.
Before
hold,
you
please.
go
I have
on,
one last thing to say.
Go ahead.
Oh, unless is it still Pokemon related?
It's about Pokemon, yeah.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Okay, yeah. Also reached out on Twitter and was like, "Hey people, how you feeling about Arceus in your first weekend?" And here's Squirtle eating a donut. Is that what they said in the show when they were eating rice?
Yeah, it's like a rice thing with a black square on it. It's apparently a donut.
Yeah, they're like, Americans are fucking dumb. It's a donut, you fucking dumb kids. So Smitty, he says there are no textures.
Yep.
Art style is wonderful though. My very first Pokemon game ever, and I'm enjoying it very much. Besides the fact my son made me pick the stupidest looking starter. Don't know what he's referencing.
Yeah, Little Lincoln
starter.
picked Oshawott, the dumbest one with the stupid Little Mermaid sea-cell titty on his belly.
Oh, the little seal one. Yeah.
And I think Rowlet's dumber looking. It's just a green owl.
Yeah.
With a bow tie.
Yeah.
Eric Berg. Oh, go ahead.
Bow ties don't grow naturally. It's dumb.
To go off of Smitty's point about the textures, that it is, when I'm playing it on my TV, and that's why I played it for the first like hour and a half, was on my TV, a 65-inch OLED 4K. It looks gross. Like, it is, the art style, again, yeah, is good, but like, especially when they show close-ups of characters as they're talking, and like logos and like decorations on their clothes look like fucking bitmaps from the 1990s, and they are disgusting looking. And the grass and everything looks terrible. But I've been playing the other like 10 hours of it handheld in my bed, and it's not as noticeable. It's not as bad on that smaller screen. So yeah, that's that, along with Holden's fact that like the open worlds, I'm in biome 3 now, and it's very much the same. It's same every single time, just like with a different color palette, basically. Yeah. So like that's wholly uninteresting to me, but it's the different Pokemon that spawn there and the challenge of getting them that's keeping me going from spot to spot.
Yeah. I think the texture work definitely. Okay, Adam, sorry.
Oh no, I said thank God the mechanics are good, because we knew this game looked like shit for months. Yeah. And I was like, I want this game to be good, but it looks like hot fucking garbage. But I hope to God it's good. And then everyone's saying like when you play the game is good. And like that's what matters, I think, most. Yeah. So that's good.
The bland textures definitely contribute to the open world being kind of boring, where like it's like boring tree, grass. It's literally just like a texture on a flat surface, as opposed to like Breath of the Wild has flowing grass and a lot more shit going on around it. I don't know why this game couldn't achieve that.
Oh, and the draw distance is like rocks popping up right in front of you. And in a game where you're supposed to be like sneaking up on Pokemon so you should be able to see them from afar, like the draw distance is laughable sometimes. You'll be running and all of a sudden an enormous alpha Pokemon just appears in front of you. You're like, oh shit, where did that come from?
But then they make odd choices too, like, okay, well, we'll show you this like flying Gyarados over here, but he moves at 5 frames per second.
Yes. Yep.
And boy, I can't wait for Switch 2 at this point, because games like this will hopefully run a lot better.
Yeah.
We're there. We need it.
Hope so. All right. So this is from Eric Berg on Twitter. This game is what I always imagined it was like being in the Pokemon world. It's just so much fun exploring off the beaten path, sneaking up on the unsuspecting Mon, and nailing it with Pokeball that I crafted. Highly recommended. So yeah, he's a big fan, but he was like, I hope to God that they do something new and interesting, and it's like, it looks like they did. And then lastly, apparently Holden's best friend, Daniel's a nerd. Just because you responded.
Daniel Peguera.
This tweet. It's everything, all caps. It's everything Pokemon should have done a long time ago. It's so good, my dreams have come true. And then, of course, Holden's Ghost responded to that tweet. So, looks like all positive things here. I like that.
Yeah.
I like to see that.
On to Eric's point there, too, Eric Berg, the one thing we haven't mentioned is the crafting. Like, you're not just going to a Pokemart and buying Pokeballs. Like it's Horizon Zero Dawn style, where you're picking up berries and tree branches and shit like that, and rocks, and you are crafting Pokeballs on the spot. In fact, I haven't bought any Pokeballs whatsoever. I'm just making them as I need them, as I'm picking up materials. Like that's another really cool aspect, is being self-sufficient and crafting out in the wild. That's dope.
I've gotten more money than any Pokemon game I've ever played, and I've spent none of it because of the crafting.
Only inventory slots.
Except the inventory slots. Yeah, that's it.
God, please give me every inventory slot I can afford.
Is there a max inventory slot? I need to know because I'll just keep spending money to fill it up as much as possible.
I'm up to the tier that costs 9,000 for the next slot, and that's still
Oh,
not capped,
Jesus.
so.
Okay. I'm not there. The most I spent now is like 2,500, I think. So you're way ahead of me.
I heard it caps out at 666 slots.
Oh, shit. Satan.